I basically do now. Since I got the very first house done, it took me almost 2 hours to build that. But it was actually worth it because, hey, it's what it is. Now, I'll show you exactly how to make a uh, basically a modern style Helm, which is really easy to do. All you need is a block of quartz, a block of, I could use wood, but actually I'm going to start off with quartz first because why not? So what a modern home is, it's like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, that will be 1, 2, 4, 5, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Go from here and go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And what you want to do is, since we get the L shape made, you gotta go one, oops, get off there. Go 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5. Since the windows are going to be elongated, you want to be able to take this itself and make it elongated from the wall. And you want to go 5 for the window. And then you want to go and take this and make space. Go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. On your 6th one, you want to go in this way. Go 1, 2, come on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. So it depends on how big you want to go back with a modern home. You can go back or forward, whichever way. But since we're dealing with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. You might think that's big, but it's not, because it's just the way a modern home is. And when you actually look at a modern home, it's just that one level. And since it's one level, you don't have, well, you can put a second level into it, but your second level is usually smaller than your first. So you got to fit most of everything that you own on the bottom. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Just to make sure. It's 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 from the side. So we're going to go double that. So to go 1, 2, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So we're going to go from there. We're going to go straight from the back and connect these two together. Now, what it is, you got enough room to put your enchantment table and everything else and your storage. And this, you can do this in survival, but it will take you a lot of time when it comes to it. All because of the fact that it's quartzite, and it's what it is. So, what I'm going to do here is bring these two numbers together. And now, you got to remember, a modern home is usually not that big, not that tall. So, what I'm going to do is, instead of making windows, like, I'll show you exactly, for instance, I could still use a regular window though. Instead of making them like this, what I done with the first house, which is kind of like square, these are elongated. There's a difference between it all. So elongated will make it look a little bit more futuristic and be able to do it that way. So, okay, we need that to fill in there. And we can actually use that as a window. So I'm going to make a window out of this one as well. So if I wanted to make this into a living room, to say, I could still make a window, but it's not going to be big. It's going to be weird, but it's going to be something like looking like this, as long as it's got its overlapping, as long as it's connected to something else on the inside, it works, and you can actually be able to use that. Now, if I want to make more windows, see, modern houses are very easy to build, all because you're dealing with a lot of glass, a lot of windows, and everything else. Now, you can actually make modern houses with blank walls if you really wanted to. Now, there is a little tiny lighting tricks that you can do as well. I'll show you exactly one of them shortly. And when you actually do this, I'm just basically making all the windows right now, and also measuring the walls and wall density. So I don't want to have a bunch of walls that's doing nothing. So yeah, it's one of those things. So I'm going to basically mismatch basically the walls. I mean, not mismatch, but not fill them in. And I'm going to fill them in later. And there's a reason for that. Now, I'll show you the reason why in a moment. So I'm going to go along and fill this in here. Now, when it comes to it, now, as you noticed, now it's starting to look like a modern house. It's a big difference in this and this. It's a major difference. Like, it's what it is. Like, I mean, you got to still build it up a little bit to fit your stuff into it and whatnot. You can still make your windows height, like I said, 2 blocks, 3 blocks, whatever, but they're always elongated in most cases. Now, there is some modern houses that got standardized windows, but like modern houses got these, like I said, these different types of windows. Basically, if you, like I said, with the elongated windows, usually it's supposed to let in more light. I don't know exactly the architecture beyond it, but all I can tell you is that the architecture itself, like I said, is different than just a normal house. So basically, I'm only doing the bottom level right now, just to show you exactly how easy it is to make a modern home. And I'll be able to just do it this way. Okay, as long as I got the door, I got the 2 windows coming in. Now I can actually make double windows if I wanted to, the extra light. But I don't think I'm gonna need that. Let me see what I can do here. I know I need to bring it up a little bit by at least 3 levels. And what I mean by 3 levels is 3 levels from the bottom. So I've got 2, and I want to bring this up 1 more level. Now, you got to remember, when it comes to a modern house, you'll always use a flat roof. Now, I'll show you exactly how to tile the flat roof itself. Now, I could use a black, like, I mean, there's a reason why I'm doing this. I'm going to be mixing black and probably a little bit of gray in here, and basically doing the colorations, and I'll be able to keep going with that. Modern homes are the easiest thing to build in Minecraft. I don't like building them because they're that simple, but it's what it is. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to actually move this window up by 1, and there's a reason for that, because I'm going to use an outline for this window. So when I'm actually doing my floor, I'm going to be literally standing here, but I'm going to have it up just above my head, just a little bit. And there's a reason for that, because I want to be able to get the light coming in straight into the rooms that I'm actually doing, instead of more to the floor. Now, there is another thing that you can actually do too, if you really wanted to, and that is when it comes to like I said, doing the floor to the ceiling. Like, I mean, you can widen the windows, but I'll show you the reason why I'm actually doing the windows this way. Now, if I go along and switch the color here, and I want to be able to just say use, let's say any type of black or something else, I could do that by doing it this way. Now, blocks. I need blocks. I could also use wood if I need be. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to use yeah, what's up, man? What I'm going to do here is just by doing it this way, and this is going to be my windowsill. Now, I should have, I could use, actually, that's going to look ugly, because it's not baked, and it's not done right, and it's too long. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to use the chiseled or baked, and I'll be able to do it correctly. Like I said, it doesn't look like much yet, but it will. It's like my auto build. It don't look like much until it's done, or almost done. But see, the thing is, in most cases, and I'll show you why I'm doing it this way. I can stick it that way, or I can stick it the other way, where I'm doing a border. But I'll show you exactly what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be using a blue glass. I'm going to be using blue, the dark blue. And there's a reason for that, because it's all to do with UV light. So I'm going to go along and put this down in the bottom, where the windows would be. And now that other window is a bit too long, but I'm going to shorten it. And probably make 2 windows out of it. Now, as you see, I've got 2 different levels of windows. One is basically a little bit higher than the other. Basically, it's all to do with contrast and contrasting lighting. This one will actually take in a little bit of light. This one will take a little bit lesser light, but at a lower level, and so on and so forth. That's how modern buildings are made. Now, when it comes to, like I said, your roof, this will make a big difference. What color would I use for that? Well, I need slabs. Sandstone. Well, I could use sandstone, but no. I could use smooth stone. Yeah, I'm gonna use smooth stone instead. I'm not know what I'm gonna do with that. Okay. So what I'm gonna do is make a 1-level house. Now I could use smooth stone for a flooring as well, but I'm going to do that in a different way. So the thing is, when you're actually building like a modern house, I'm making sure I've got enough room in this house itself to fit everything, like the table, and I mean, like to say the enchantment table, because it takes up to 9 block to do it. So I get to make sure I've got enough for that. Actually, what I might just do, let me see if I could actually make something a little bit better than that, because this is going to be looking a little bit odd. Now, I could use that for a different thing. Oh, I know what to do. Yes, I can use stone slab, because I don't get that separation line. I don't not want the separation line. There we go. I can use stone slab instead. Oops. Get off there. Yeah, I'm just making this 1 level, all because of the fact that when you actually make 1 level, you don't have to worry about too much of anything else. So you want to do the outside first. Now, and this would including a bedroom, a washroom, so at some point, or something else, or some other type of facility. Like I said, you can have an enchantment room by itself, which you got enough space with this type of build, and be able to do it that way. I'll fix the windows in a moment, because I know it's too long. And I've got it fixed too, actually. But I'm also going to redesign the front a little bit more too, to bring it in by a little bit, because I want to have the door looking a little bit different. But as you can see now, it's starting to look like a house. Slowly but surely, it'll get there. Now I'm going to count the numbers again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Break a window here. As I said, I made it for adjustments. This would be like one room here. Just say I could make a bedroom here, and I can have its own windows and stuff like that in there. And there's a reason why I did it that way. So I can actually measure what size of the room is going to be, and I can actually be able to do it that way. So I can actually be able to make a bedroom, and like, I mean, if I want to make it bigger, I'll actually move the window up by 1 or 2, so I can actually fit more stuff in here. But now, it's what it is. So you'll be able to actually keep continuing on with that. So I'm going to go along and make a door here. And I'm going to actually move this door over by 1 because of what it is. So what I'm going to do here is make a bedroom. And when I'm finished with that, I'll be able to, then I'm just going to do an outline for a moment. And when I do an outline, I could actually put windows on the inside too, but it's just no. You should never need to put windows on the inside of a building. I don't know why anyone would do that, but that's what it is. Well, this is one of the rooms. Now, I could build another room onto this one from here, if I really wanted to, and make like an enchantment room and stuff like that, which would be different again. So just say, okay, if I wanted to put a table and stuff like that in here, I could actually have enough room to do that. But as you notice, in a modern house, there's no separation line between the windows and the walls. It's just the way modern houses are built. And if there is a separation line, it'd be very small or very slim. So that's why I said modern houses in Minecraft is a lot easier to build than my other builds because of that reason. Because you can basically mess around with the construct itself and do it that way. So I'll just show you exactly what I'm talking about here. Once I get this going correctly. Now, now once I get this going, now I know I'm using gray stone, but I'm only doing it just for the aesthetic. Now you can use whatever block you want to use, but like I said, a modern home, like I mean, is always flat. Like I said, once I get into the middle of the house. Like after the first bedroom, I can put another bedroom on the second level if I decide to make a second level. But the second level will be always close to the middle of the house and the further side of the house. And I'll show what I'm talking about in a moment. If you actually watch, it's called The House of Glass, the movie. Basically that's a modern house, but it's on metal glass, and it does kind of gives you the concept of what to be doing. So, see, I'm going to do it this way. So what I'm going to do is take this block, but doing nothing with it for now. I'm going to take this one out. I'm going to go down by the bottom, and I'm going to make this blend into or bleed into the other blocks. And this is how you would start your second floor. And once you start your second floor, of course, you can actually just make a wall going straight across and be able to do it that way. Now I could make to make this thing a little bit more or a little bit less on the top to the bottom. What I mean is I can actually bring this further back with using the stone slabs once again, or I can just push it back even further, or just leave it where it's two. All I'm doing with a modern house is looking for a divider line between each level. So when you actually do it that way, your divider line will be where you're going to be building to, and be able to do it that way. Now, when you actually come to the ceiling for a modern house, you're going to be using slabs, and I'll show you what I mean in a second. You're not going to be using full block because there's no room for it at all. But I'll show you exactly what I mean once I'm finished with this. Now I got this leveled out here. Now I'm going to switch over to my slabs and be able to do it that way. So I'm going to make some quartz slabs. I'm going to use these. And I'm going to go along and start filling it to the bottom. Now you got to remember, this becomes a part of your floor for the second floor. Now I could use wood in here just to make a differential of color, but I'm only doing this as a demonstration. Now what I'm going to do is coming out from the top. You got to remember, you got to try to keep the top and the bottom separate as much as possible. As I said, I could use wood for this, and when I go to use it for the top, I've got a full square on the top. I'm not too much worried about the bottom because I can actually use like glowstone in the floor or other things for lighting. So lighting will not be a problem. And as I said before, this build would be a lot harder in survival because it requires that much more quartz. But you can suffice quartz with wood, as it is said. Just basically because wood is a lot easier to get. But as you can see now, it's starting to take shape. You got your first two levels, and you got a little bit of a little bit of a roof, and now it's starting to look like a modern house. The only thing is now I'll be able to do is finish off the level and be able to finish off the roof. Also, I want to be able to go along and fix the front just a little bit more. So what I'm going to do with the front here, I'm going to actually make it even look a little bit more modern, because I'm going to do a little design with the blocks here. So I'm going to go along and count 2. So that's going to be equal to 3 for March 2. And then I want to be able to do it this way. And okay. Now I'm going to go along and take this door out because I'm going to move this back. And I'll show you the reason why I'm going to do that. I'm going to leave these windows exactly there, but as you notice, you got this curve on the window, and I like that because of the fact that now I can actually be able to bring this back a little bit and use that curve. Now, I'm going to try to get this curve to go like this, and I'm going to go actually make this window a little bit smaller because it doesn't matter about that window as much. So I'm going to go along and just do it this way, and basically make it this way. And now you can see basically my front door is going to start taking shape. And that's exactly what I want to do, to make this a little bit better. Now I've got a problem here. Modern homes don't have 2 blocks. So what I gotta do is probably move this out again, which is fine. That's not a mistake I made. I was just basically measuring up. Don't worry about it. It's easy to fix by doing it this way. And coming in by 2. By 2. That's exactly what I want to do. And be able to do it that way. And coming in this way. This is why I put that extra block there. If I need it. No, I don't need that. Okay. Now, I gotta come back to here. I want to keep that window exactly the same. What I'm gonna do is drop this down like that. Now you can see what I did. I took the window and made it look kind of like that, so it can actually look like it's actually bleeding into the wall, which is pretty good. Now, what I'm going to do here, I'm going to use a very light door. So I'm going to use, I know we don't have I know I could use stone doors in this, but I'm just, like as I said, I'm not going to bother with that. But now, as you see, now you got the door, kind of like hidden at a sight, but like I said, it's what it is. Now I'm going to replace that glass that I've taken out. So I'm going to take that blue glass again. I'm going to replace that. Now I got my measurements done right, so I've got everything working perfectly. Now I'm going to go along and finish the floor to a point, so you'll see what I'm doing. Now, see, the thing is, I got a problem here, and that problem is with the doors too. I want to be able to go like that. Done. Now I could take this away, but the door will fall. But what I'm going to do here, I'm going to do a little tiny design around the door. So I'm going to have it done in slabs because I don't need these real big huge blocks. There we go. It looks a bit better now. And now I can continue on doing what I'm doing. Wrong block. Now, there's a reason why I never used the other gray blocks. I'll show you in a moment. I can actually finish off this floor later, and that's what I'm going to be doing. But what I'm going to do right now is basically set it up in a way so I can actually just get an outline. That's all I want. So I got my outline pretty decently done, except on one side, which I'm not going to worry about it. So I'm going to come back, because I can finish that from inside. Because I got to do a staircase and stuff like that once again. So what I'm going to do with this one is keep on going with the wall here. And I want to have at least a blank wall. A little bit of a blank wall on one side. On the second side, I'm going to have windows. So I'm going to have, counting as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Boom. 1, 2, 3, 6. Boom. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6. Boom. 1, 2, 3, 4. Boom. Okay, perfect. Now I can go along and make a full wall here. By doing that, make this corner into an L shape. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Well, that's 7. Of course, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I can actually do it this way. This is going to be my next wall. And I can actually put another window here if I wanted to. But I might have so many windows in the back. I'm not sure. I might just make one big huge elongated window. But I'll keep on doing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6. Split that to 2. That would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That would be 12. So I'm going to make this one a blank. And I'm going to make this one a... I'm going to make this one a 5. So I'm going to take this one off and make that one a 5. Because I want to match it with the bottom. And I want to make this an L shape here. And maybe go along and split this into 2. And do the opposite with this one. And make this into a 4. And bring that to a 5. That's your L shape. And then take this one and reduce the windows there. And make less of a window here. And yeah. There we go. Do. Can't grab onto that one for a second. Go. I'm gonna go along and do it this way. I'm gonna pop. Now, for some slabs, I'm going to use smooth stone slabs for this top. All because I'm going to change something here. And what is that? I'm going to go along and give this, oops, if I can actually do it with this without actually having it floating, I might be able to do it. Let's see. Yes, I can do it. Because on the inside, I'm going to be changing something up later. I'm going to use some rail. There's width. Do. I'm going to give this one a little bit of an AC. That works. And yay. That always works. Now I'm looking for something else. Not sure though. Oh, no, not that one. Well, I'm gonna take a break at this for now, guys. Like I said, if you like, you can leave like and subscribe. And like I said, if you like my builds itself, like I said, some of them, like I said, modern. I hate doing modern houses because, like I said, they're way too easy to do. But like I said, I still like doing these type. But I can actually do mansions and stuff like that too. Anyway, guys, I'm going to say goodnight to you guys for now. Basically, keep it safe, keep it COVID free, and have fun. Thank you. Bye.